Well, with more, we're now joined by Canada's Minister for National Defence, Anita Anand. Minister, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, of course, the strategy is focused on the Indo-Pacific region as a whole, but China does figure largely in what we're seeing. I'm wondering how you would describe right now this country's current relationship with the People's Republic of China.
I will say that the thrust of the Indo-Pacific strategy vis-a-vis China is to ensure that we are challenging China where we need to and cooperating with China where we must. That is very important as a general frame for understanding this policy, but we have a number of different facets in the Indo-Pacific strategy. And from a defense perspective, my area, what we are going to do is to, for example, increase our naval deployments in the area of the Indo-Pacific so that we can contribute to peace and stability in that region.
Now, would you say that's going towards deterrence, or is that to encourage our allies or more like-minded countries in the region?
I would say that there are multiple purposes. Those two are certainly top of mind. Canada already has a presence in the Indo-Pacific. We do have 2 frigates, for example, that participate annually in Operation Projection with our partners and allies. And this 3rd frigate that we are adding will enhance Canada's presence in the region. For the past 2 years, we have, with the United States, sailed through the Taiwan Strait, and we will continue to make sure that we are present in the area to bolster the objectives of peace and stability.
David Mulroney, of course, a name that you know, Canada's former ambassador to China. He's quoted in the Globe and Mail today, and while he applauds your government's plan to strengthen Canada's military presence in the region, he also wonders about the amount of money being committed. Is $500 million enough, given the challenge that China presents and given the sheer size of the Indo-Pacific?
It is certainly an important step forward in terms of our military presence in the region. We aren't just adding a 3rd frigate. That's the first pillar of our 4-pillar defense strategy in the Indo-Pacific strategy, generally speaking. Secondly, what we are doing is to increase our participation in joint exercises, contributing to capacity building. That is with training and mentoring, especially in the area of women, peace, and security. And fourthly, we are going to be contributing our cyber capabilities from a defensive perspective and building our cyber relationships with our allies in the region. So it's a 4-pronged strategy, and we're very much looking forward to bolstering our presence in the Indo-Pacific as a result.
D&D, as you know very well, is already struggling with the recruitment. Many Canadians are also aware of this fact. Are you at all concerned about meeting Canada's commitment, given not so much the dollars or desire, but the logistical challenge of human resources?
There is no doubt that we need to continue to grow the Canadian Armed Forces. As you suggest, reconstitution, retention, and recruitment are top of mind for us. At the same time, we need to recognize that the global environment is changing, that from an economic perspective and person-to-person perspective, the Indo-Pacific is the world's fastest growing region. So it is important for us as a G7 country to have a strategy, to have a presence in the Indo-Pacific that is growing, as well as to pay close attention to other important areas of the world, including Ukraine, that is suffering from Russia's illegal further invasion of a democratic country.
So you're not worried about meeting the numbers, or you feel that the challenge can be met?
Of course, I am concerned that we continue to do what we need to become a fully fledged and robust military as we are continuing to grow our numbers. But at the same time, we cannot overlook the important role that Canada plays in the world, in the Indo-Pacific and in Europe, just to name two areas, not to mention the Middle East. And what that requires from a capability standpoint is for us to be nuanced about where we are placing our assets to make sure that we are able to undertake those exercises, those activities, and deploy those assets with the current capabilities and human resources challenges that we face. But that is the reality of any minister in terms of ensuring that scarce resources are distributed prudently and efficaciously, and will continue to be prudent in that manner.
Minister, I appreciate you have a very busy day today, so I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you for this.
Thank you so much, Michael. Take care.
You too.